Happy Friday, you guys, and happy Fridays with Fidelman. I'm on vacation in New York visiting my family, and I wanted to jump in here and just bring you guys a Fridays with Fidelman from vacation. I'm Cheryl Fidelman, the Conscious Codependence Coach. It's interesting sustaining identity on vacation because, like, I'm on vacation with my family, and my identity is filled with being a daughter and a sister and an aunt and a sister-in-law, and while also maintaining my identity as a codependence specialist and somebody who has a purpose in life when it comes to human potential. It's interesting how, like, the life purpose shifts inside of the vortex of family, and noticing triggers and pain points, and for a lot of us, those triggers and pain points are increased around family and also inside of romantic relationships. So codependence in family is just what I'm going to be talking about briefly today. And it's always a test for me of my own transformation and healing when I come home to visit my family. Also in my dating life, but I'm talking particularly about being around family today, that the ways in which I see them and the ways in which I project that they see me, and the list, like, I noticed I had a trigger point with my brother today, and then the list of all the perpetrations that I have, that he's hurt me or things he's done to me, the whole list came up in my mind. And then, so we have a listening workshop coming up, the summer listening workshop. It's the 8-week phase 1 conscious codependence recovery. And one of the distinctions of that program is listless listening, like learning, like emptying our lists that we have on people and listening to them completely fresh and newly. And I noticed today, like, oh my gosh, this whole list that I have on my brother came up. And then I started healing that list so that I can actually face my brother with this issue that we had fresh and new, and not face it completely full of all of his previous perpetrations, right? Because there's no way he can win, in my eyes, with all of these previous perpetrations that I have that I'm projecting onto him. It makes it so much harder to get to connection and love and understanding with the list. And also another distinction of that program is understanding, right? Like, my idea of understanding somebody is not the same thing as agreement. Being able to embody somebody and see life in their point of view from behind their eyes and getting it doesn't mean we agree with how they came up with it, or that we totally think it makes sense, or it's logical or realistic, or it doesn't mean it's something we would have come up with. It doesn't at all have to match our point of view. But developing the skill of understanding breeds connection. Developing the skill of understanding breeds forgiveness. It breeds letting people off the hook for perpetrating in the way that we think, and our codependent righteousness thinks that they perpetrated us. I'm noticing a lot of codependent righteousness. For those of you who are new to my work, I have this idea or distinction of my work that codependence is righteous, right? We become so right about what they're doing to us and what their intention is and what our interpretation of it is. And I'm seeing my righteousness so much about, like, what I think my brother's doing to me, and what his intention is, and how he's treating me, and what he's doing to me. It's like I'm seeing the list. I'm seeing the righteousness. And I'm not suggesting that we just let our abusers off the hook and become friends with our abusers. I'm not suggesting that at all. What I am suggesting is that sometimes our righteousness creates them to be more abusive than they're actually being. that our projections and our interpretations of them creates them to be more of an abuser than they're even being. Our feelings, the way we feel, oh, I feel controlled, I feel dominated. Our codependence says, you're controlling me and you're dominating me. When we project how we're feeling onto another person, it creates them to be way more of a perpetrator than they actually are. So, really feeling and embodying our feelings while simultaneously understanding another. I mean, it's a skill. This is our wisdom. This is the opposite of codependence. Codependence clouds our wisdom. Codependence takes away our wisdom because it's regressive. But when we can bear witness, and this is another distinction of the upcoming listening workshop, being able to bear witness to our own experience while simultaneously bearing witness to another, understanding the dynamics of our own experience, our thoughts, sensations, and emotions, while simultaneously understanding another, holding self and holding other. This is when we expand our threshold for sensation and emotion so that we can actually witness ourself, understand ourself, while witnessing and understanding another, so that two realities can exist. Two completely opposing or different realities can exist at the exact same time. This is our wisdom. This is our sovereignty. This is our independence of being. This is the North Star of our conscious codependence recovery. And I promise you, I'm practicing it big time here with my family. And the more I can hold my own heart and understand my own heart, the more I can love my family. And every time I come to visit, I feel like I can connect deeply and love them even more, because I just keep taking them out of this perpetration seat that they've had in my life. Understanding their psychology while also understanding mine. And our psychologies have been co-created, right? That's a lot of the reasons why our families can push all the buttons, because we co-created our default. We've co-created our traumatic identities. We are all players. I'm a player in their life. They're a player in my life. They're a player in my development. I'm a player in their development. It's so intertwined and intermingled. And the more I unenmesh, and as we say in the healing world, own my own experience, the more there's like this space in between us where I am me and they are them, and I can fully love myself and fully love them. So, conscious codependence recovery is access to deep, deep, deep connection. Most importantly, deep connection with ourselves. So come on into the next 8-week listening workshop, phase 1 of conscious codependence recovery. I have summer discount running. I am on vacation, but please feel free to email me questions, shares, comment to this video. This is my first video that I'm doing, like, not with all my lighting and all that, right? Just like in the car on vacation, having just exercised in the amazing humidity of New York. All right, everybody. Happy healing. Happy healing by yourself. Happy healing with your family. Happy healing in your relationships. And life is now. Love you. Bye.